We just
All
finished.
right, here we go.
Dear Father in heaven, we thank thee for this day and for all of our many blessings. And we thank thee for the time we have to get this stuff done. Please help us to be as efficient as possible so we can get the most out of it and get most accomplished. And we say this in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
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 Thanks.
Let's get
All right.
started.
All right. So, team discussion. Begin by discussing any questions your team members had in preparation for the exam. If you're unable to answer a
What
question, be
exam?
sure to send
Here,
that.
I think it might be best for Koshal because he said he only had like 20 minutes today.
Oh,
So we
okay.
do the quiz for him, and then
Yep, that's
the
a
quiz
good
video
idea.
might be less than that.
Do you want this to be the quiz video then?
Sure.
No, we don't. No, we don't need like a separate quiz video. It's the same. Like
Oh, we
it's a
just turned
single
into
link.
PDF.
Yeah,
All right.
for quiz.
Yeah, we can run through the quiz.
Yeah, quiz is the most important part.
Okay.
All right. Who wants to guide us
Okay,
through
I
this?
actually.
There, I got it. I have it all written down. It's on a PDF. Oh, I got to screen share first, don't I?
Yeah, I can screen share the quiz.
Here we are. You
You want
see
me to
it?
screen share the quiz?
Match.
That's what I have. Oh, I wrote down the problem for each of them though.
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I have?
Yep.
Let me try and pull that up. Oh, I can select which screen I want to be big.
Okay. Sine of 6 degrees equals.
So what I did for these ones, I just typed it into the calculator, figured out which ones matched up, and then I used identities to prove that. That was it.
So, oh yeah, I mean you can just use the formulas and test like which one is it? C A
Like that one's
B.
pretty straight up.
Yep. I mean it's not that difficult. I went through this, but I was like
Okay,
kind of confused with the second one, the second and third one because
this one
for the second one it's like not so clear in the
with what I did.
book. I couldn't like.
I
Yeah,
got
I
problem
saw you
number
like
two.
I.
We're talking about
It,
number one.
Oh, this one, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. The one where my mouse is.
It looks like two's correct. Where'd it go down to though? Which answer is that? Two cosine.
It's A.
Yeah, that looks
It's
right and everything.
is it C A B D E? C A B,
The
then
last one's E. Second to last one's D.
okay,
Then D,
okay, makes
A.
sense. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
the same thing.
Any questions on alarm, or do you guys do like the same stuff?
What?
Did you guys do the same stuff?
Yeah, just like evaluated it and checked.
It's just like there's only a certain like a few. There's probably like two ways possible to ever do these. I did it. No,
That's good, man. But for like number 3, that one, no, we're
here,
gonna talk
we'll
about that
just
later.
we'll go
Okay.
through it. So for problem 2, I don't know if you guys did the same things I did.
Actually, I couldn't like understand what the book was doing.
Honestly, I just threw that out the window and used identities. So I
The
just
book
used the
doesn't.
identity right here.
The
I didn't think the
space.
book was very clear on it, to be honest. Didn't it all
I
feel the
get.
same way?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
everything is the same line, and you can like see what's happening, between the equations, and the on both side of the equal sign.
You need someone else to tell you, and then all of a sudden it clicks.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Buzz. Any questions about what I wrote, or does anyone else want to explain what they did?
You're just like okay. I'm looking at it now.
How's Utah, Ben?
You can't hear him. His
Oh, he's
mic isn't working. Should we go to question 3? Is that where we are? Or
And I'm just trying to look what Holland's doing.
I think he is using his
Yeah.
phone.
I mean, like the second problem that he did. I'm just trying to figure it out. What he's doing. We have...
Yeah, Holden, do you want to run us through problem 2?
Sure. Just to find out where I went with it. All right, I'm still screen sharing.
Yep.
Sweet, you guys just saw my whole inbox.
Oh, okay. I got it. You just like proved the right hand side to the left hand side, right?
This wasn't. These aren't in between step. This isn't an in between step. This is the formula I used.
Yeah, okay, I got it now. But I mean, is that the way you do it, like according to the book? Because I didn't get what the book was, trying to explain.
It says you can use
It's
a
like
way
everything's,
similar
like,
to how
stuffed.
the book does it, and I was like, well, honestly, using trig identities is how the book does it. So I used a trig identity to do it. So I believe it is the
Okay.
same way.
Okay.
But any questions like how it
Yeah.
worked? I tried to write it neatly.
Okay.
It's on my super tiny.
How many answers did everyone do like the quiz before, or get like at least started on it?
Number 3, the one you did.
Yeah.
And like I just like checked with Symbol Lab, and it just gave like 6 answers. I don't know what's wrong.
Mm.
I don't know of any other like solutions that could come up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the way you did it, it's fine, but I mean, I don't know what Simulab is trying to say. Sine 2x equals 10x.
Can you think of any other ways, Brandon?
That's what.
How many solutions do you have, Ben? By show of hands. 4? Okay.
Majority's consensus.
315.
Where'd that final sheet of paper go?
1, 2, 3.
Hey, they have a solution at 2 pi and pi also.
The 2 pi and pi?
Does work is the question.
Yeah.
2 pi and pi.
Where'd my other sheet of paper go? No.
The thing is, cosine at a 1 over root 2. Here, let's just the way we test that is if we type it into the calculator.
Yeah. I mean, if you plug in like pi and 2 pi, you get like 0. I don't know. Yeah, 0 on both sides.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's a solution, but I mean, how do we show it in like our
How
work?
do you get work for that?
I mean, I don't know. It's just like there's in the Simulab, and when you plug in, it's just like it's correct. So I don't know. I don't...
2 cosine.
Yeah, maybe like include those 2 answers in your.
So what were the answers it gave?
It gave 315, pi, 2 pi.
Sorry, I'm not following. I had a ding on my phone, and so it muted you for a sec.
Yeah, no. I'm just looking at your answers, and I'm just checking. So
I did my work right. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So just add like pi and 2 pi to your answer, like those 4 you
But
got.
we have to be able to show the work for that, don't we? Like
Yeah, I mean, you can show it on the side. I mean, like, yeah, you can show it on the sides. I mean, if you just like plug in pi and 2 pi on the equation, it like satisfies. So just show that, like pi and 2 pi also is the solution.
Everyone agree with that?
Makes sense.
But I'm not getting like, how you like show that, like the way you showed those full solutions. I don't know, like how you just like, show pi and 2 pi in your working. Like in that way, if you know what I mean.
I have no clue.
I mean, you've got those full solutions, like...
What if we try doing it, just like going from tangent, and like we just keep tangent as it is? I don't know how.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, the full solutions, those make sense. And the other, like, pi and 2 pi, that satisfy the equation, but I don't know, like, how you get them through the working. Like the working that you did to get those 4 solutions.
And you said the answers were 0 and 2 pi?
The other answer is pi and 2 pi. And just add pi and 2 pi. Yeah, just like showing your working that, when you plug in those two values.
I can't write on my screen for this. It's just a PDF. I can't edit it unless I'm in Adobe.
No, like you can like just write on the paper you did those problems.
And then I was going to take a picture and re-add it. I got it.
I mean, like you can resend the PDF, like, after taking a new one. Is that okay?
I don't think it's... I don't know if we'll get like any credit for that unless we like, figure out a way to solve it, though. But I don't know how to do that.
So you're saying pi and 2 pi? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to type it into the calculator to make sure. So 2...
Yeah, I mean, that solution.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 1 over negative? 1 over negative 1? Isn't that what pi would be?
-1. How did you get 1 over -1?
Well, because cosine at pi is -1, right? And inverse cosine would be...
That is an answer for pi at least. Let me see 2 pi.
Okay.
I believe it should be the same.
Well, yeah, because it's just a multiple of pi, isn't it?
What we could do to show the work is just say, hey, we also noticed we just set both sides like equal to 0. Because if one of them is 0, we solve for when it was 0, and that's how we get the other solutions.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you can just like show that you plug in those values, you got like same answers on both sides. So pi and 2 pi are like the solution.
We could also say we graphed it and like use the graphing calculator and calculate intersections.
I don't want to go on that side like right now.
That's the same.
My calculator can do that. So, what do you say, Brandon?
You go through the unit circle and you look, and all these points are easily on the unit circle. So you can easily take it and just plug in the points on the unit circle directly.
So what exactly do you mean? Just like for all like the answers around the unit circle?
It'd be another way to show your work is show the unit circle and show that you plugged in some of the points from it to test them. It's not
just like draw the unit circle.
But it's
oh. Hey, hey, Holden.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how Simulab got this, but I just want to show you guys something. I mean, it makes sense now. Like, while I looked at these steps. Okay. I'll just show you this.
I can't even see.
Okay.
Just click on Kaushal's name.
So you don't have the sin x in your equation. I mean, if you have, you have the sin x, then you have like 3 products. Can you see it?
Wait, but the sin x canceled out.
Exactly, but they have sin x there. Like, I don't know like how they got it, but
minus sine x.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now. That makes sense. Okay. Now I got it. You just okay. Just see this. See this equation right here. They just
Oh,
like took out the,
they subtracted tan x from both. Oh, I see what you mean.
and now they like took the common denominator and everything. So you have like sine x in your product here too.
Oh, so they subtracted it and had equal to 0?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, so you have like sine x there too. So maybe like redo that problem. I mean, you can like check on Simulab and like write those steps down.
And I think that's how he did it in the videos too. He would always set it equal to 0.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we just get that over.
Yeah.
You just
When you
subtract
get the
tan
product,
x.
Why did it change the answer though? That's what I don't get.
okay.
Shouldn't that still work like both ways?
Yeah, actually, what I always do is like try not to cancel it because everything has, like every alpha has value. So I don't know. I never tried to cancel it out. I mean, it kind of distorts the answer. I mean, you see here, you saw here.
Oh, he also said not to cancel out cosine of x because that can be set equal to 0 and you can't divide by 0.
Yeah.
He says that in the
Yep.
video, not to cancel terms like cosine or sine of x, because sine or cosine of x can be equal to 0 and you can't divide by 0.
Okay, so that's the
Yep.
problem.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll go in and I'll rewrite that.
Yeah, I remember that now. I remember him saying that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just like take the 10x to the left hand side and do all the solving. So you have like pi and 2 pi from there. And number 4. Can you jump on number 4 now?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what I'm looking.
That is a
Sine.
little bit. Okay, that's the original problem.
Sine. Is that sine A minus sine B thing?
That is the sine
Two.
y, which would be equal to 2 cos y over 2 times sine x minus y over 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's in degrees this time rather than radians.
Right.
260.
Oh,
So
you
you
got
get
it, don't you?
cosine 285.
Nice email.
Is the answer negative? Is the answer negative to number 4?
Let me go back to where the heck did it go? Yep, negative root 3 over 2.
Then you get
285, okay. Oh, 150.
150 and 135. 2 cosine 150, 130. Or negative square root 3 over 2. Times
270 over 2. What? I'm getting root under 6 over 2. Negative root under 6 over 2. I don't know what's wrong. My calculator.
So what exactly are you doing?
I don't know.
Do
Is
these
it? Yeah, I did it. It's in degrees. Is it like 2 cosine 150 times sine 135?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
I did that.
2 cosine 150 times sine.
Make sure you're putting parentheses on stuff.
Yeah.
And then you could switch it back to radians. They want the exact value there. That's 2 cosine 150 is 5 pi.
Oh my god. Oh, I can like literally show you here.
It's
it doesn't
5.
What's
really
wrong
matter
with
that
my calculator?
or degrees
It's
is going to give us a sign like either way.
Yeah, negative square root 3 over 2 for 150, and then sine of a 135.
Okay, look at here. Look.
So you don't need to do that causal. You need to go to the unit circle and look up what cosine of 150 is. Cosine of 150 is square root of 3 over 2. Negative square root 3 over 2.
Yeah, but like even if I like do in the calculator, it should give me the right answer, right? What's wrong with that calculator?
Just get a new one,
Sometimes the
Like-
Well,
don't want
first of all, it's a cannon.
that doesn't look.
But I seriously, I love this calculator. I mean, the last time I didn't use it, I kind of messed up my test because the other calculator gave me wrong answers, and I
Well,
did the same
now
thing. I mean, seriously, I did. Seriously, I did the same equation with this calculator, and I got the right.
Holden,
I was
can
like,
you
what?
just Holden?
Stay back. Go back where I was.
Can you just show us how? So I get how you got 2 square root 3 over 2 times square root 2 over 2. Can you just show how you're getting square root negative square root 3 over 2 as your final?
Go to paint real quick. One sec.
Like I get all that.
Negative square root 6 over.
Oh, look at
2.
you go.
Okay.
Man of many talents.
Okay. So here's our problem. No. So this, it's not going to just you can't just like cross out all of these at the same time. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So what you do, you can get rid of one of them. So okay, so we'll get rid of that. But then this, we can take it out. It'll be like this: 1/2 times root 3 times root 2. That's a times, by the way. That was a little bit of a struggle. Oh, oops, I didn't. That goes away. This will be root 6. You guys see what I was doing?
Hey.
I was
Yeah.
trying to write.
Yeah. So root 3 times root 2 is root 6.
I have a function on my calculator.
Oh, it's the same thing, right?
I was just trying
Okay,
to.
I got it now.
With my calculator, I was trying. Like the answer is negative root 3 over 2. I didn't have the negative in there. But I have a program on it where it'll just like pull out the real value.
Hey, hold on.
What?
Hey, what's the answer in decimal? Like if you, like, you know, have it in decimal. Do you have the decimal thing?
Here, one sec.
Pull it up in your calculator.
Negative 0.866.
Yep, that's what I got. Negative 0.86.
Hey, I just like put this equation in. Hey, I just put this equation in Symbolab and it gave me like the answer I got in my calculator. It's root under 6 over 2.
That's what I thought. Because when you multiply it across,
Yep.
at 1/2, you still have the negative square root of 6, and then you divide it by 2 because of the 1/2.
Yep.
So
And you. I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna look at your.
So you're saying it's negative square root 6 over what?
Over 2. No, do the work I did. But
Hey, you got it right, like till the second last step, and at last, it's like root under 3 over 2. Like, you know, the whole thing is on a root, like the square root. It's not only like 3. The 2 is also inside the square root.
Here, one sec.
Oh. So negative square root 3 times. Yeah, negative square root 6 over 2. I get that, actually.
Canon's not that bad at all, I guess.
Same. But I didn't draw the square root right. My answer would be negative with the square root all over 3 over 2.
Yeah. Yep. So just cross that thing out, I guess.
Yeah, I got it. I'll fix it.
Okay.
So you're saying negative square root 3 times 2, right? Over 2.
Yeah, like the whole thing inside the square root.
I'll draw it on paint real quick and go back on the screen share.
So I guess we're done with the quiz, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's just showing us
Yeah.
in paint.
Should I show you? I'm just saying, like, so you have root 3, or you have 3/2, and the whole thing is in the square root bracket. That's the same thing as.
Yeah.
They're equivalent if you type them both into the calculator.
Because if I put that in, I
Look,
get
so
the
if you
same value I do for 2 cos.
if you have root 6, what was the other answer that you got, Koshal?
I got like root under 6/2. It's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I get. I get the same answer for square root 6/2 as I do for 2 cosine 150 times sine 135.
Yeah,
I get
it's
the
just
same answers.
It's a thing of like rationalizing the denominators. It's the same thing. It gets you the same value. So I think that's not a problem. And I guess I gotta go. We're done with the quiz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Yeah, I have so many homeworks and essays and everything due tomorrow. So
Yeah, I have an exam this weekend.
I feel your
I have an OChem
Yeah,
exam
so-
this weekend,
pain.
and then I'm trying to catch up because I fell behind this week in all my classes.
hey, how many OChem exams do you have? Like seriously?
I have one to do Saturday and another one next week.
I mean, like whenever we have like have this talk,
Hey, Ben got
you like
booted
most
up.
of the times you say like you have OChem exams. So I guess they take like a lot of exams.
No, I have an exam almost every weekend for either OChem or physiology.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then.
You have?
What was that? What was that, Brandon?
Which teacher do you have? I think I'll avoid that teacher when it comes to doing OChem.
Oh, it doesn't matter. OChem is hard. Doesn't matter who you have.
All the teachers will do those exams every week.
Well, it's not every week. I either have a physiology exam or an OChem. They're offset, so I have an
Or by-
exam almost every weekend for a different class.
Okay, I gotta go, guys.
All right, Kaushal, thanks.
Yeah, I gotta go to the library and stay till I don't know till it is closed.
11.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see. I'll talk to you next week.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
Good night, guys. Good night.
All right, let's dive right into this discussion and just go through quick.
Yeah. What do we need to do?
We need to go into the GHOA 2 instructions.
Yeah. All right. So it says discuss any questions your team members had in preparation for the exam. I'm halfway through the exam prep, I think, and I'm doing pretty well, I feel like.
I haven't even looked at it, so
going through the
I have
group.
no questions so far.
As far as the extension problems go, I thought I was doing them for right now, but I wasn't. So I did extension problem 1, question 1. That's about us. Oh wait, N2. Wait, I don't even know if I did 2. I think I just did the first one. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys want to do one of each from these groups.
Sounds good. Do you have the? Here, I haven't pulled the.
Oh, I thought I was screen sharing. Sorry.
Well, that's actually what the extension problem is for the next step. Here's a few more problems that are similar to the preparation for the exam. And we don't need to complete all the problems. We just need to review and work on a section. So which section do we want or need to work on?
Yeah, it says review the problems and work on a selection. So we just need to pick one of these, I think.
Like, I feel like simplifying. Do you guys have simplifying down pretty well?
Yeah, it's just a pain in the horse's patootie.
Exactly. What about verifying an identity?
I think that's maybe.
You know where you need to go.
I feel like that's my weak point. Well, is it verifying?
You mean like proving identities?
Yeah, I might be. Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not
Let's
sure
see.
because I haven't had my quiz graded. And that's where I was like
Good point.
showing if my quiz is great, I could tell you if I need help with this, but the problem one, I think I kind of think those are pretty easy, but I mean I've only done the first one, it was really easy. What are you thinking, Holden? Which group do you want to do? We can review it.
I was gonna just like let's just do like number 1 for the second one and just like go through it together. Like what we're gonna do for you with doing that. So I just posted it in the paint thing. So I'm gonna screen share.
Cool,
and
cool, yeah. That would help a lot.
Tell me what you want to do. Okay, is the screen sharing? Okay. So there's the problem.
Cosine
Oh wait,
3x.
nope. That's the snipping tool. Here we go. Now here's the problem. I was like, man, it's already there. There's a problem.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Oh, come on. I gotta move it down.
X.
Ah, man. Here. Sorry, guys. I had to do something else. I'm just going crazy with the mouse.
Sine squared.
There we go. Okay. So let's just start plugging away the identities. What's the first thing you would do, Ulysses?
Here, one second. I'm gonna move. Dang it. I gotta figure out where my identities are. I think these. Okay, so we're doing question 2, the first one.
Yep.
So let's see. Sin x 1 minus cosine 3x equals cosine x 1 minus.
Interesting.
This one's a bit fun, right?
It's like
Could you? I'm not too sure here. I'm looking through my identities really quick.
so you look at it and it's very similar to the Pythagorean identity of sine x squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1. It's just sine x has moved.
There's a 4.
There's a 4, but if you look, there's a 3 cosine x and there's a cosine x. If you can find a way to get the two together, that's what I'm looking at right now. That ends up being 4, which is the same as.
Except
No, it doesn't.
And then we'd have to take the 3 out to the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was my bad.
So here, we'll do that. We'll change this first to 3 cosine. Oh man, I'm gonna zoom in. Wow, that's a big problem. Okay. So we'll say 3 cosine x equals cosine x. We'll keep that in the parentheses. Sound good?
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll subtract it over. So we'll say 0 equals. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, do we want to divide? Because we don't want to do that.
Oh.
We'd want to have all these things go out there. It's not going to be multiplying though, so it can't be cosine squared x. We'd have to do something different.
We need to tackle the cosine x, the cosine 3x. So think about it. When you go into the identities,
Wait, we're not
You
solving
look
for
at
this.
it.
We're just proving the identity.
So you need to make the two sides match to prove it.
So we don't want any
So
of the things we just did.
Right. So we take the cosine
Let's only mess
3x,
with. Should we mess with the
the
right
same-
side or left side?
x plus
I vote
2x.
this side. Do you want to mess with this side? The right side of the equation?
So you're saying we need to get the right side equal to the left side?
Or the left side equal to the right side. The left side, I can see how to expand right away to start pulling it out.
Oh, should we do that? Cosine x
Because look at the
minus 4
identities.
squared x cosine x. Did I do that right?
Cosine x. Yeah.
And then we can factor out a cosine
Cos-
x.
Well,
No, we
well,
don't.
like
Undo what we just did.
yeah, that would put us where, yeah.
And then do we want to change this part right here to 1 minus cosine squared x? Is that what we want to do?
Is equal to sine x squared. Okay, I could see that.
Is that what we want to do? 9. I'll just have it go down.
One minus cosine squared x. Yeah. Times. Are we on the right track, Brandon?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I've at the other.
You're cutting out.
I am.
You're back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So the left side is where I've been looking at and working, because the left side is easier to expand than the right side is to compress.
Oh, is there an identity that's pretty easy with expanding this one? Besides just moving that up here?
Yeah. So the sum and difference identity, all you have to do is make it cosine x plus 2x. That's the exact same.
Oh, right. Because then I'm.
Cosine x
Which
minus
then expands
2x?
it.
That's what this one is?
Cosine.
No, it has to be plus because you have to equal cosine 3x. Yeah. And then so it's cosine parentheses x plus 2x. And then we have an identity for the cosine, like addition or whatever.
Minus 9
Let me look at my identities.
of
So
x. Sine x
not
cosine 2
cosine.
minus sine x sine 2.
Which are right?
So okay, so you have cosine. Think of it as cosine alpha plus beta. So now it's going to be cosine alpha, cosine beta. So cosine x, cosine 2x minus sine x, sine 2x. Because that's your identity, your sum and difference identity.
Minus sine of 2x or sine squared x? Is that
Sine
what you're
2, sine 2x.
So
Because
plus
x is your alpha
Sine
and 2x is your beta. Yep.
Okay.
Good. And then look at my identity cosine. Yeah. So then you
except
have
there's no plus
what was
sign
that?
between the two cosines.
Yeah, there's
There's
no plus
no-
sign between the two cosines. They're just multiplied by each other.
I'll just change it to an asterisk.
Okay. And
Oh,
then
wow, that's pretty
side of your screen, is there another sine x on the other side of that? Because it's supposed to be cosine alpha times cosine beta minus sine alpha times sine beta.
Oh wow, I gotta get out of this. Get a better pencil.
There's always 4.
I didn't get done writing it.
Here, hold on.
Identity.
So what is it? Say it again. So sine
Here, hold
2x.
on. Holden, here's the identity we're using. Sorry. We're using this this identity here, cosine alpha plus beta. So you should have cosine, cosine minus sine, sine.
I'm just showing it.
Oh, yeah. So just like he has on the screen there. So cosine x, cosine 2x minus sine x, sine 2x.
Here,
Because
sorry.
that's an identity.
In Paint. So cosine x, cosine 2x. Isn't that what I have now?
I'm trying to find you in Paint.
Let me see
Oh,
your
there
screen
you are.
again.
There we go.
There needs
Yep.
the sine x and the 2 sine x need to be swapped.
Well, if they're multiplying, it's the
They're
same thing.
multiplied, so it doesn't matter.
Technically, they follow like the same format.
The format is extremely important. You can't flip flop the two.
Why for those though?
But aren't you just multiplying?
But it's also being subtracted. So say you split something off.
Yeah, but it's like this.
Include sign. It's technically a negative sine x.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're both going to be negative.
Okay, we'll work through it. Oh, I forgot. I'll have mine flipped around the other way.
So then...
Yeah, Ben got booted off somehow.
Again?
My phone's slowly dying on me, even with it plugged in.
Send it to Ben again.
Do you have an iPad charger? Those charge faster.
I do not.
All right, Holden, let's see. So where do we go from here?
So you want to make it so that there's 1 cosine and 3 sines.
So technically, oh wait, we can't. But is there a way to distribute these here? It's like that they're different with this, so that wouldn't work that well.
So using the double angle identities, cosine of 2 can equal 1 minus sine squared minus 2 sine squared x. So it's, let me flip it around again.
Okay, one sec.
Right there.
So the cosine 2x equals 1 minus 2 sine squared x.
Mm-hmm.
Our thing to cosine x 1 minus 2 sine squared x.
And okay, then sine 2x. Here, I'm not looking at the other screen because I'm only in Paint right now, so you can see my full screen. So just tell me what to write. Follow along.
It would be cosine x times...
So what does sine 2x equal? Is it the same thing with sine, but...
Well, so Holden, what you need to do...
Is it 1 plus?
It's cosine x times... So cosine x parentheses 1... Yeah.
So this is going to be times cosine... Nah.
So look at what Brandon's putting.
I didn't give myself enough room to write.
Hey, Brandon, do you just want to write while we look at your screen? I think that might be easier.
I try. I'm currently holding my phone.
Get some tape and tape it to your forehead.
Okay, so we get where you are. So then you need to use the identity for sine 2x. Right?
Would we break it down that far?
Yes. Won't that give us cosine squared and stuff?
It would be sine x times sine x cosine x.
I think we want some more cosines. But I'm not sure.
Well, no, we don't, because the end product has to have 4 sine squared x. You need 4 sine squared x. Remember? So we need more sines.
We need a
Signs?
and
Okay.
squared x.
We need more signs, so do it. 2 sine x, cosine x.
So that's going to be cosine x 1 minus 2 sine squared x minus sine x times 2. Oh, you're right. Sine x
Cosine x.
cosine x. It's really weird. I'm trying to write while watching my fingers through my phone because my phone's in the way.
Okay, so then from there, we get, let's see.
How do we break it down further?
Sine squared minus sine 2 sine x cosine. Sine squared x 2 sine. Man, I'm trying to think here. Oh, okay. I got it, I think. You can pull, let's see. 1 minus. Should we distribute? No. 1 minus.
Distribute the cosine and then combine like terms?
That's what I was gonna say, but I'm not sure.
Let's try it real quick. Never
Cosine
hurts to
x
try. Minus 2 sine
minus
squared
squared x
cosine x. We do need to combine both like terms because that becomes negative 2 sine squared x because we multiply that in cosine x, which can be
minus 4 sine squared x.
sine x minus 4 sine squared x cosine x. Factor out the cosine. Oh, I'm missing the board. And that means cosine x 1 minus 4 sine squared x.
Yep. You got it.
Is what for?
There we go.
Nice work. I think we found our.
It's so good we don't have like these tests, like a whole bunch of these. We have 15 minutes in the testing center, and we're just like, go, go, go! Just like,
Right.
I think that'd be the hardest thing. I'm always like, just start early, just take your time, eat food in between problems.
Yeah. Brandon, can you send us a picture of that just so I can go over the steps?
Let me screenshot it real quick.
Take a picture after we're done. We broke your phone.
More. Come on. Google Hangouts.
At least we still hear you.
Hangout.
I still don't know why my laptop mic went out. It's like better than the camera that was last time I had problems.
Yeah, it's because I'm doing something else, so I think my camera disappeared, didn't it? It's sending. Slowly. Bam. Did it work?
Oh, I'll check my email in a little bit.
Well, it should have just showed up on the Hangouts. I sent it in that.
Oh.
Same place Ben was always sending stuff.
I have so many windows open, I don't even know.
You're on a
Right.
Google Hangouts comment.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Let me look. Cool. Cosine minus.
Get in the class, man.
Can he see you right now?
Yeah, he can see you too.
Sine x minus
Yeah.
2 sine squared minus cosine x minus 2 sine squared x. Then we factored out. Then we combine like terms and factored out. Cool. Is that pretty much what we needed to do? Was just go over
Is it helpful?
a spot where we think we might need to work on.
Yeah, that's what it said. And then at the very bottom, it says use group.
I fixed my mic. Oh, I turn.
Need to hang up on one.
The reverb was so bad. The feedback was so bad.
It still is. You can hear it.
Can you hear me? Is it back?
Let's
I'm
No.
sorry.
Can you hear me?
It echoed for like ever. I figured it out. Ow, 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 ow.
Somehow I turned off the setting where my mic was able to be used.
Oh. All right.
problems we want to do tonight.
I think that was stressful enough.
My brain food's used up.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions that we want to go over? I think I'm ready for the test. Enough.
I'm gonna go over
Enough for me to
question.
tinker around with it until I figure out each problem.
I'm probably gonna go through question 2 alone and just take my time with it.
Okay. If you struggle with it, you know what? Send something out to the group, and maybe we could just meet off the grid and do things too.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I have a lot of studying to
Hey,
do tonight.
I'm gonna go through and rewrite those problems like on the quiz that we want to like kind of rework a little bit.
Okay.
Then I'll send it out and last call.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for meeting, and I'll send the link to Koshal.
Sounds good.
All right. See ya.
So, yep.
See you, Brandon.